This scene brought to you by the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Well, not really, but that's the Mulholland Fountain here at the corner of Riverside and Los Feliz here in LA. Welcome, this is Drew, your Tinseltown taxi, here with another exciting adventure in the city of no angels. Plenty of, I don't know what you'd call them. As you can tell, I've got a cold. I'm using generic equivalent Dayquil to suppress it. It's working somewhat, and of course I got my cough drops. So that's helping slightly. So, something really exciting happened this morning. Got into a fight with somebody. And I'll give you the details. Let me see if I can get this right here. Alright, here's my trips. Okay, yeah, it happened right there at the Alright. It doesn't really work. Okay, I guess this will work right here. So it happened after I got this trip in South LA, and then dropped her off at that pretty short trip, but she just wanted to go do some laundry. And it's funny, whenever people take these trips, it's they have to apologize. It's rather amusing. They apologize. I'm sorry, it's just such a short trip. I'm just going to do laundry. And I said, no, don't do that. It's my job to take you where you want to go, and to hell with any of these cabbies that give you crap for. Yeah, that's a typical thing for cabbies, I guess, is complaining about how short the trip was. Yeah, when I went to Maine and I got back. No, I went to Fresno. Yeah, I went to Fresno to visit some friends up there. And when I got back, I caught a cabbie up to 7th Street, or up 7th Street to the metro station. And the guy tried to negotiate taking me to Glendale, as though that was his job. I said, no, just go to 7th and Hill Street and drop me off at the metro. Should have reported him for doing that kind of crap. I mean, if you do that kind of crap at the airports, they'll whack you on that stuff. But anyways, so after I dropped, I'm heading back up to the Ace Hotel on Broadway, and along the way about 12th Street, I see 3 people who wave me down, flag me down. Alright, so it's a scrawny white guy, 2 black girls. Sort of homeless. They had a suitcase. It was kind of ratty, orange suitcase, and they just wanted to go a short distance. So I said, okay. So, oh yeah, I'll get to show you. All right, so here's my passenger seat. I had this right here. I got my book. Yeah, there you go. The Essential Writings of Alexander Hamilton, the guy behind U.S. becoming the industrial republic it is. And I'm using my phone right now, but I had my phone right here in the corner. So, so the girls get in the back. I put their suitcase in the trunk, and the guy gets here, or gets in the passenger seat. Unbeknownst to me, he had grabbed my cell phone, which I didn't discover until later. Alright, so I take him to 6th and Main Street. They get out. He runs 2 credit cards, and both of them are no good. So that's a $6 trip, and I said, never mind. See you later. and he's saying, no, I'll call you later. Oh, Jesus Christ. It just, bye-bye. Never mind. And then I go back to the Ace Hotel, which is a few blocks away, and then I notice my cell phone's gone. Holy crap. So I make sure I check under the seat, I check in the corners and under and so forth. I give a thorough check, and then I say, okay, that son of a bitch stole my phone. And at that point, since they were on foot, I just started to do a quick drive up and down the streets. And when I was coming down Spring Street, I spotted them. They were walking north on Spring Street. So there was a parking lot, so I just pulled right in immediately. And as I was getting out, I saw that he was, he'd taken my, well, I have a blue cover, or used to. I had a blue, one of these protective, it's a bounce proof kind of rubber, I don't know, rubberish coating. Yeah, he'd taken that off, son of a bitch. And he was selling it to this homeless guy on the street right there. And so I just run over, I screamed at him, "You son of a bitch, you stole my phone!" And I grabbed it right out of his hands. And at that point we started to get into a scuffle. He was screaming, "No, you're stealing my phone!" I mean, the guy had his own cell phone, but he started to get into that kind of... Yeah, so we got into a pushing match, we were shoving. And then the guy, this homeless guy intervened. He's a homeless black guy, but yeah, so he intervened. And they're trying to call this guy out, right? Notice I'm getting tired. I've been driving all night, so let's see. Yes, so so he's walking around. So at this point, I have the phone. Let's see. I'd run back to my car. The guy had followed me. Like I said, he was pushing. He was shoving. He was trying to get the phone back. I was trying to get my pipe. I have a small little pipe down here, which I use for emergencies, which I wanted to get, but he was holding the door, so... yeah, so eventually this homeless guy intervenes, asks me for the phone, and then he tries to get the guy to prove that it's his. So he asked me for the pin, because I have one of these security number pins in order to get it to open. And of course the guy can't tell it, so I tell him once I remembered. If I just do it automatically, I have a certain pattern. And then he opens up my Facebook page, and I say what my name is. So at that point he said, "Oh yeah, this is his. You know, just get the fuck out of here before I kick your ass." So, I mean, this dickhead, I mean, he was trying to claim he was going to call the police, as if, yeah, right. All right, and so at that point, once the guy had cleared out, this homeless guy went back, got his stuff, and said, "Look, help me get the hell out of here." Because, yeah, so like I said, we grabbed his stuff, put it in my trunk, and just started the drive. Drove a few blocks around, and then he said, "Look, just take me to 6th and San Pedro," which is kind of like in the center of Skid Row. Yeah, so along the way we talked, because it was obviously doing this kind of thing is going to get you in trouble, especially in a place like that. But I said he was tired of that kind of bullshit, because I don't know, he was just trying to hold on to some sort of human dignity in a place like that, being homeless. Oddly enough. So So anyways, I rewarded him a little for helping out in a situation like that, and dropped him off. And we talked a little and talked about some political issues. Yeah. So anyways, I mean, just bringing up people like I don't know. He's happy to hear me talk about these Wall Street ghouls around Nixon that made him destroy the whole economy with the changing of the, like I said, the ending of the Bretton Woods system and everything else, and the issue of drugs and how it's used to control people. He was very happy to hear that. All right. So that was the end of. Yeah, that was in. Not much. This has been a very, very poor week. Yeah, it's just been a really, really just poor week. Very slow. Not getting very many trips at all. The other night. And I was sick. I got the stupid cold. I didn't even do the airport day except for night, and then nothing happened the rest of the night. Ain't good. Oh yeah, it's a playground down there. The parents are screaming for their kids. Okay, this is going up to 12 minutes, so that's it. See, well, I hope this is just one of those things where trouble comes in threes. I hope so. Okay. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the next one. See you at the next video.